Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Meek, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
In my opinion, the divination is a load of rubbish. Professor Nice.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
That was it! Half a bottle of flabbergasted bleach.
哈利波特啊，上课啊。
Revelio. Lumos.
看不懂。左边。
Revelio.
A meet to car is all ready.
Revelio. Revelio.
Easy has a special knack. It's tormenting Professor Black.
Revelio.
As well be surrounded by Jarvies. If Hogwarts survives the reign of this headmaster, I think we should have a moon carriage.
Revelio.
哎，你听得到我声音吗？是不是我讲话你听不到？
Revelio. Revelio. Lumos.
跟柱子、窗户。
Revelio. Lumos. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
靠腰。 这里。
Revelio.
She's always showing off about father, so she's pouring poison
The lesson.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right? Now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them. Excellent. Good. Not to worry. Splendid! Happens to the best of us. Very good. Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir. Here we go!
Excellent control there.
Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Don't lose your composure.
干，
There we go. Quite impressive.
鸡掰！
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go!
Splendid!
Let us see this. Phew. I'm not sure, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Stay focused.
干，
Be shy. There we go. Brilliant.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to...
To put it lightly, I transferred here from Wagadu. My mother received an offer. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is a lot, but it never seemed intimidating.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so. I remember the first time I saw it, and then it just materialized.
This may seem an odd question, but...
Mostly, yes. But I did...
You can cast spells without...
Oh, yes. I must admit, however, that...
It's nice to learn.
Thank you for asking. I think until next time.
Of course, you can use
A word, if you would.
if
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust you.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't...
What charm is there in the You did well, managing to best...
Thank you, Professor. I enjoy...
Miss Onai is always a fierce... Now, Professor, expect to hear from me soon.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Revelio.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you? You wanted to speak to me.
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. Hope your first day is going well. You so...
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble. Well, better see to my charms homework.
Revelio.
Eh?
If I had to pick a professor to race against, if... Goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of
And by the look of
1752?
it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm not
lies.
telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flat.
Oh, fine fight! It's a bold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't get Peeves a snack. She says it's a boot, and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't Boots and it wasn't Flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Another selection for you all.
Revelio.
Get away from me! You make a point! It was an accident! Come now, Annabelle. It was a long time ago.
Revelio. Lumos.
I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only 1 time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the knee. He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment jar, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon and so to draw up a contract with her that if I behaved, I'd have one with me. Whee! Whee!
Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the great poacher raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent.
Leviosa!
Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Crowd receptive. Thank you. This can't be your first duel.
Wait.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
All right.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly. If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
Huh. Always thought Leviosa was for first years. Not anymore.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so... Then again, perhaps there's...
In fact, it was. Perhaps I haven't...
Be quiet if you like, but I know better. You know, you might be...
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right. If you want to get the most out of your time at home, whether it's joining a secret duel, you just have to be clear.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Good. Pleasure chatting. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Revelio. 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 Revelio.
When the Forgotten One's true power is released.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
Do you have it?
Revelio. Revelio. Leviosa.
I can't imagine.
Revelio.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio. 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 Lumos. Leviosa. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Leviosa. Revelio.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Can I help you?
Revelio. Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed ones. A dueling club of sorts.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's...
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of them duel.
How does...
You show up, I match you with a... It's our way of determining the school's grade. And to liven things up.
Of course. Do you...
I agree.
Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time. So, Kez. Get me in the ring. Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Nice work. There's strong competition ahead, but keep...
Brilliant. Count.
I shall. Again, congratulations on your Hope to see you back here again.
I feel sorry for your next opponent.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streamer. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a... Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple...
I've never heard of a spell...
A spellcraft... I shall explain more about them when you...
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people have... Mr. Ollivander is... I would trust no one...
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you... Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable... He'll keep you well clear.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the... No time to waste. The sooner you complete...
Revelio.
你知道吗？刚刚海讲坐在大奈的脸上，他真的很可。然后变成跟他头碰头。
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell
一开始是屁股对他，后来就跟他头碰头
Indeed
睡
I
在
do,
一起。
and an exceedingly useful one at that, the mending charm Reparo.
It seems as if that...
More frequently than one. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the... A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn?
No lesson or lecture can such experience is...
I'll start on the task right away, Professor, why must I...
They are meant to... Good luck.
this is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Revelio.
A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
I trust the preliminary tasks
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some...
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good.
Repair.
If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Revelio. Here. Repair. Revelio. Repair. Revelio. Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
好了，我要休息。
Repair.
可以喂它吃点奶嘴嘛，奶瓶。那个食物。
Revelio.
Well, fancy meeting you then.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies. Is this your first?
It is. I haven't left the...
Well, I shall. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self... I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you. Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded.
Revelio. Prepare.
Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Revelio. Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree.
Revelio.
Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
Levioso. Revelio.
他有吃得很开心吗？
Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look!
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Seeing the hippogriffs? Absolutely. Likely already named them too.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah! You can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead.
Revelio.
Have you had much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see,
Revelio.
places to discover.
Oh, any you'd like to share with the class?
I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't.
什么东西？我用大系统吸的、啊，吸的再注进去啊。
Revelio.
Have an hour of my own.
I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim, though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too.
Revelio.
Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
Revelio.
Mr. Moon! He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sacchio. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did Mr. Moon?
Demi-guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle when it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
A demi-guise? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, and he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state. Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is.
Revelio.
Rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts. Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place. I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame.
好吧，去休息了。